Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Hello. Good morning, Maria.
Good morning,
Hello.
Angelique. Good morning, everyone. Hi, guys. People who
How
are watching.
Yes. Super nice. Everybody in the live. We're live on LinkedIn. We're live on YouTube. And also, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening for the people that watch the replay. So I'm very excited. Today we have a special guest in our studio, talking in our Hello Monday Club Live, Maria Brasil, an entrepreneur and a person that I admire really, really much. And Maria is the founder of Essence Branding, and she is helping organizations to build brands with soul. And I had the honor to visit Maria also in her offices in Salvador, and I was amazed by, I came into her office, and it was like a very stylish living room that made me feel super comfortable, and you created that. And I just realized at that moment like how masculine and cold and uncomfortable many of the offices that we have are. Luckily that is changing now a lot, but you were one of the first doing it like at that level that I ever actually see. You're also an entrepreneur. You do a lot. You are the first female president of the, and I forgot the name of. Can you tell me?
Konaji, the President
United.
of Young Entrepreneurs.
Yes. So that is also amazing, and so I'm very very excited. So my name is Angelique Slop. I'm the founder of Hello Monday Club. We do those weekly Hello Monday Club lives where we explore the future of work, new ways of working, and we help companies to be prepared for the future. Today we mix a little bit of branding in our new ways of working, and I think it's can be super relevant and helpful because a lot of companies struggle with attracting the right talent and maintaining the right talents. I know that companies have been working a lot with core values, of course, to create something that is on that intangible level to create culture and employer branding and hire people. I came across brand archetypes quite recently. I never heard of it actually because my background is more in human resource and I'm an organizational sociologist. Um, and I came across a test and I did this test and I came across the three archetypes that are reflecting our brand, and I found it really really relevant, and I was like, it just opened my mind for the possibilities to use it in culture, employer branding, and have that holistic organizational approach. Then I thought about Maria, and I decided to invite you. I'm really really happy to have you here. So Maria,
Thank you,
yes,
Angelique. I'm very happy
yes,
to meeting you a few, I think 2 years ago. I don't remember. It was very nice because Angelique went to live in Salvador, and it was good. We started knowing each other and talking about our work, and now it's like a day where we can see how our work like have this really match and how one can always contribute and learn with each other.
exactly. And we were introduced to Rodrigo, the CEO of Gere Mais, and that is a mutual client of us. So you worked with him on branding, and I worked with him on organization and culture. And he was like, "Okay, those two they should meet because I see so much in common." And that was a good matchmaker. So we are still, yeah, we've been always been in touch and talking, and this is, really bringing it to the next level. So Maria, can you explain a little bit more about what are the brand archetypes and how do companies use them in their branding, and how do you help them with that?
Nice, perfect. So, brand archetypes are a theme that I love a lot because I think they are maybe one of the biggest matches in human resources and branding. And so, what are brand archetypes? The term archetype has its origins in Greece. So, we have two words that are arcane, that means original or old, and typos, that means the pattern, the model, the type. So when you combine those words, you have like the original model. That means the original model from where all people and all brands and So personas that you meet in your life, objects or concepts, are delivered from that. So they are copied, modeled, or emulated from that. That was like an expression and a concept initiated by the Carl Jung from psychology. So he used this concept of archetypes in his theory about the human psyche because he believed that those archetypes, mythic characters, universal characters that people all around the world knew, they are living inside the subconscious of people. So everyone in the world knows what it's a king, what it's a hero, what it's a fool, what it's a lover. So those archetypes, they are in the unconscious, the collective unconscious of all people all over the world. So the archetypes represent the fundamental human reasons. They evoke emotions, they evoke deep emotions. But that is about psychology, that is about people. So, will you ask me, Maria, but how about brands? So, how does all those things came to the brand world? So, um, two authors called Margaret Mark and Carol Pearson. So they got this whole idea, this whole concept that Jung created, and they developed like this brand tradition that presents how those archetypes, that are 12 archetypes separated in four groups. So those 12 archetypes can influence or represent the personality and the essence of a brand to the world. So they produced all the language that Carl Jung created to put that in the brand world, in the business world. And what we see is that as people, as much as people represent and evoke their personalities, brands do that as well. So that's amazing to meet, to know the brand archetypes from a brand that you work with or from a brand that you love or you consume. Because when you meet that, you can see how that identity, how that personality is very, very connected to the archetype and all the whole essence of the concept.
Yeah. It's really interesting, and I I am familiar also with archetypes as from different parts from psychology, and connected to a brand. And when I was started reading about it, I was really I read some examples, and I was like, yeah, it's actually true. You know, this as a company, you have this those archetypes as well, and they reflect also how you show up and how you work and how you relate with clients. So I'll just show here because when I did a test for Hello Monday Club.
Mhm.
So like a test and yeah, how do you call it? So and I can we had three Hello Monday Club has those three archetypes, and we use this as an example, elaborate a little bit. So the musician, the rebel, and the sage. And then the musician is the most dominant, and the rebel and the sage. So we aim to create a better world, which is the musician by transformation. So the musician has the transformational power. You're going to explain it better because you are the expert, Maria. But this is how I interpret it for our company. Um, so that is the transformational power. So we want to create a better world, but we to do that we have to be the rebel or the outlaw as well in a positive way. We have to break down outdated existing structures. So I'm always talking about we have to let go of the time and present mindset. People need to be free to work where they want, when they want. That is really breaking that down, and that goes into this rebellious way of thinking where we have to say and stand up and say we need to do things differently. You have to stop doing that. Um, and we want that build anew. And the sage has the academic knowledge, that is the wisdom. So we use academic knowledge, but also both intuitive and collective wisdom to do so. So what do you think about this, Maria? How is your interpretation of those archetypes?
Perfect. Angelique, that is a very interesting combination because the magician is who makes things happen. But first of all, I'd like to make this uh, point about the whole balance that you have when you combine the rebel and the sage, because technically they would be like aside from each other. But when you have those two combined, that's the beauty of the process. That's because you have the someone wanting to disrupt the disruption to breaking the law, and someone who knows the law, who knows everything, who is there to share wisdom. So talking about each one of the three. So you have the magician. I love this one because the magician is who makes things happen. You know, when you don't know where to go, you don't know what to do, but simply there's someone who just solves things. You don't know how he did that, but he just
Mhm.
did it. So the magician is that one, is that person, that character that makes things happen. He wants to realize, to concretize dreams. He has fears too. All of the archetypes has their lights and their shadows. So the magician sometimes have some not so good consequences, but he didn't want that. He just has so much power, and so he has to learn in the way how to equalize that power to the dues, the challenges that he has in each time. He has a very nice talent to find win-win solutions because he wants everyone to be okay, everyone to be good. And he's also known as the visionary, the inventor, the charismatic leader, that person who are the who, who everyone admires because he can do things that other people can't do. And I like to bring some examples about world-known brands that has these archetypes. So we have the Apple, the
Mhm.
tech company Apple. So this company is uh, really the magician character, really the magician identity, and other brand that has this archetype that is a little bit curious, but their branding positioning is about it is like Absolute Vodka. So you have that beautiful thing, that a handwritten bottle, but also you have all of that magic and all of that party night things happening, and you don't know why and where and how the things happen. But that's a very specific characteristic of that identity, of that archetype, that is the magician. So that's like when you make uh, the others people's eyes sparkle. That's the magician. When you
Awesome.
come to the rebel, so let's talk a little bit about the rebel. We can call them also the out of the law.
Mhm. The
In
outlook.
Portuguese, we call
Yeah.
it the fora da lei, the out of law. So he thinks that rules were meant to be broken, and he wants he's very first desire is for revolution, but it's a very good revolution. It's he has the objective of put down what's not working. So let's remake society. Let's remake what's not working inside here, inside this business. He uh, he's very free. He's very radical, and he wants to create movements and to gather people and to make things happen of things that maybe only he can see, because he's also a visionary. Some
Mhm.
brands that have this identity are Harley Davidson. So you cannot be more rebel than Harley Davidson archetype. So people who want to break the status quo, and to make things happen and gather people and do things together and question. I think the most uh, interesting thing about the rebel is the capacity to question things. Is that really working? For who's that
Mhm.
working? and how can we make it better. So inside business, it's amazing to have that archetype. And to balance and to close with the golden key all of this three archetypes that you have in Hello Monday, it's the sage. So the sage says that freedom will truth will set you free. So when you search for the truth, when you have the knowledge, the academic knowledge or the life knowledge, you can make people free, because he has the objective to use his intelligence and analysis capacity of analysis that's very, very good to comprehend the world. So in the shadows, this archetype has this fear about being make a fool, about being eluded, or about doesn't knowing everything, like ignorancy. It's a very, very big fear of the sage. So his strategy to cut this off is to gather information, is to go for information, to study, to reflect, and self-reflection a lot, to go inside, to comprehend the thought, the thinking processes. So he has this strength and this his will to study and to evolve every time more as a person, as a thinker, as everything. So his talents are obviously intelligence and wisdom. And some examples are Google. You have the brand that maybe have the most amount of knowledge of people in the world. So Google and other normally information networks that can be this channel to share content with people. Um, and to sum up, I think the stage is the one who people trust, is the one who people uh, see, admire, inspires, but on top of it, the one who people go when they need answers. So if you make this whole match about having a magician who makes things happen, and then you have a rebel who wants to question everything, and you connect with the sage that brings the wisdom, so you have a very, very amazing and upfront brand that will connect with people and obviously bring a lot of good results for the companies that you serve.
Thank you. I'm actually getting emotional right now. It's like, yeah, I did recognize like all the elements. We are very much about those three things. It's not, there's no way to better explain it than you just did it. And also, I got intrigued when I read, for example, about how that actually translates also to behaviors and culture. For example, that it says, well, with the sage, you wouldn't want to dump down your marketing. So you're like, for example, the marketing that you put out there, the things are based on that wisdom or on that knowledge, or or like on the reflection. So, and it's true, like we wouldn't do like a silly HR meme on Instagram just to get likes. That's on that level. So we give like really things that make people think, or that are thought provoking, or that are you know showing people there is enough economic proof that this is a better way. So all those elements are coming back in marketing, and I was hiring a marketing assistant, so I kind of like had to put that in there, and I kind of put it in the hiring process and in the onboarding process. So, and this is when I started to think, like, okay, well, if this is so powerful, and it says so much about who you are as a company, I think we could just really leverage that, and not just for branding but for employer branding to start with. So do you know any examples where a company has been integrating this in their employer branding?
So archetypes are very, very uh, important when you talk about, first of all, brand culture. So uh, um, before we talk about employer branding, I think it's nice to talk about the brand culture, because the employer branding is nothing more than the culture being explored and being developed to show people outside your company how does your identity work. So when you have the archetypes in a very clear basis, when you know that very well, like you do, Angelique, in the Hello Monday Club. So when you have that very clear, you can strengthen your culture, your business culture, your brand culture, because you can make people not only outside, but first of all inside of your company know and feel that. So I always talk about this feeling thing, because sometimes we are very mental. We keep things very mental in the business world, of all across. But uh, when we talk about culture, when we talk about archetypes, I think that is very important for people to feel that. So, do you feel that uh, your brand has those things? Do you feel those things being like demonstrated and practiced in the daily basis? That's the most important thing. So when you can do that, it's like when we talk about the brand purpose. It's not the topic today and all that, but when you have like this brand purpose, this business purpose, very clear to everybody, so it's very more easy to make things happen in around that thing, because it's not meant to be only written on a wall. It's not only meant to be like in a PowerPoint slide. It's meant to be in everyone's heart, in everyone that works there and serves that company, and for people who are being served by that company. So, well, I gave that turn on just to see that when you have these brand archetypes very clear, the inside your brand's culture, you're more likely to make them appear to the world. And when we talk about employer branding, so when we talk about employer branding, we are talking about making people outside your company feel that, so they want to work with you, right? And so, how can we make people want to work with me? By showing them what values do we have in common. So, how much more clear they are, better you will connect with those people and bring those people together. So I think that's a uh, very important thing to say. And you asked me for an example. I think the best example I can give you, I like to talk about our own experience. So in essence branding, uh, we have those archetypes, and one of them that's very much valued, and I am very proud of it, is that we value the one who takes care. I don't know how to it's in English, but in Portuguese it would be like the caregiver. And because for me and for my company's culture, the details are very important.
Mhm.
So when we talk about bringing people to work, actually right now we have a position open. We have a designer position open, and we attract people by showing them how we work. For me, it's much more important how people that I'm hiring connect with the values that my company has than
Mhm.
to see how many years of experience that people have. Because I think that the soft skills are nowadays more important, maybe in some times, uh, uh, in some moments there are more important than technical hard skills.
Mhm.
So the way that I do that is by showing people how this archetype of the caregiver is always inside the company, since people get there. If you have like this meeting in the office, like you said, you talk about my office, we always try to put the the smell of the perfume before the people come. Uh, Turn on the air conditioner of the room because when people come, it's already all set. We have like these mid lights. So sometimes you are doing your exercise, it's more comfortable for you to be there. We have like some gifts that we can give. We always want to have like this little cake or some
Yes.
cookies so we can give. So that's very important to me in a world that we are digitalizing and it's very important. We do like a lot of things online in that aspect too, but I think this human connection of the caregiver is very important. So it's very important to me at my employer branding and at my branding as well, my whole branding strategy to show that to people because and then now talking about those commercial parts, when a client or a potential client sees that your company is a caregiver, uh, automatically he thinks that, oh, if he cares so much about his own company, maybe he will care so much about my project as well. I've heard that from some prospects that told that. So, oh, you have so care, you're so careful on things, and everything has a detail. So I think you will take care of my project as well. So that's the thing. So take care of people inside, take care of our space and relationships, and take care of our clients and projects that we serve every day.
Yes, and I recognize that because I just said I visited your offices. You also gave me a little present that I still have, like a little precious stone, and it was really so detailed and so stylish. And I've seen some things on your socials as well that you know how you prepared for meetings, what things that were on the table. It's not just a notebook and a pen, but with all those little details and some food and some little presents, and it just gives me that feeling as well. Just following you, even just on Instagram, seeing those things in your stories. But I didn't know that was part of one of your brand archetypes. So and it's a very good example. It's a very practical example, but how you actually translate your brand archetype to your culture and behavior, and something that is really really tangible in the way you think. And yeah, if I, so I am also thinking that it really, like, it's like, actually, as humans, the better we know ourselves, the better we can show up in the world. And it's just if you so I only defined those brand archetypes for me right now, and especially with your reflection on it, it gave me a higher level of knowledge about who we are as a company. And it helps also in strategic choices, for example marketing, saying, well, okay, maybe other brands have like success with TikTokization of their marketing, but it's just not us. So it takes a lot of your, as I always also say with values, it takes values and archetypes. They must be so connected as well. We can talk about that another time maybe. But if you just say these are the values, so we know we will not be doing this, the choices are going to make so much easier. And if you can put it out there, you will also attract the people that share those values and that are connecting with those archetypes. And if you really, it is just a good way, if you are aware and not think, what can we do that reflects the archetypes that we are. I think it could be a very interesting way. And I think we have this whole, like, this is marketing, and there is like branding, and then there is talent acquisition, and then there is HR, and then there is a manager for operations. But this all needs to be so holistic. And the call for today, maybe that I want to give here is, um, in your leadership team, see it as your team effort. Not let go of those functions, which we could say that these are the hard skills, the hard technical skills, but see how you can, as a leadership team, connect those different areas of your business and intentionally create both culture, marketing, sales, operations, collaboration, everything else that you do, HR related, everything connects to the archetypes of your company. And if you don't know what the archetypes of company are, then Maria is an amazing person to help you. I saw some things in the comments popping up also saying Maria is sensational. Maria is fantastic. I'll just show you very, very quickly. So what would you advise companies? So we have a lot of HR directors of larger companies, CEOs of larger companies. What can you advise? How can they leverage the brand archetypes to attract talents, for example?
Perfect. So you talked at the some point, Angelique, that I love to say, and that's the whole like basis of my company right now. That is that I say that it's the marriage of the HR and the marketing. Because what I see in the market nowadays is that I enter there to make branding, to make marketing, but sometimes we create the whole thing, we create the strategy, the brand platform, the campaign, but people inside the company doesn't even know what's going on. So they are like, what? I'm not part of that. Or even worse, you make the whole thing and the client gets there, the customer gets there, and they say, so I saw that thing there on the TV or wherever on the social, and the person says, I don't know nothing about that. So what? And the opposite side, it happens too. So you have maybe a very nice team, you have a very engaged team inside their company, working together, making great stuff happen, and they cannot communicate that to the world. So, what I saw in those years of experience that I've had is that if you don't match, if you don't connect those areas, if they are like islands inside a company, if they don't talk with each other, you will have like this very separated part, and you will lose lots of opportunities to make your company grow and evolve. So what I say, how I said, what I say nowadays is that you have like to make this match uh, between branding, marketing, and HR and talent acquisition, so people can connect the two things inside uh, one big like spine, one big like line of thinking. So that's in what I believe today. I don't know. I answered your question. If not, please ask me again.
No, I think it's great. It's I think it's very similar to how I see it and what I just said. So that yeah, the archetypes, the values, these are the core of your organization. An organization is nothing else but a group of people who come together to work on the same to reach the same objectives. So and that people that is binded together, not because you pay them and they exchange some time to show up and in your office, but they are you bind them. The glue of your organization, if you want to be successful, of course, is to have those brand archetypes, the values, to have people living and breathing them, sharing them, to be connected, and then also sharing that with the outside world, both for employer branding as the market, because both is the same as well. If your clients read like negatives of your company on Glassdoor from ex-employees, it's also connected. So yeah, I do see a future where, and I see it already, like with smaller companies, startups, where the people function and recruitment and communication or PR is very much more fluid. So there's not like those three, but they often go into same person, or talent acquisition person is also responsible for marketing. So you can see that there's like some shifting going on in smaller startups that are usually quite conscious about those things. Well, corporate is, and now I'm the rebel again. A corporate is still in those functional, caught up in those functional structures that are outdated for, and it's no longer serving them for the future. So yeah, for the next to be prepared for this, to be successful, keep your talents also staying with you, you really want to focus on these intangible aspects and make them tangible.
Hmm. So yes, sometimes of course in large companies, in big companies, you have to have those distinction, those separation between the areas. But when we talk about matching, it's not about everyone is everything, but it's more about talking, sharing, being connected. Like that's why when we enter a company to make a branding process or to create a brand platform, or even to make the archetype study, we like to bring the largest number of people that we can from all areas. So we have had some amazing experience, Angelique, with that, where we put like the whole company inside the room, or we make like lots of when it's a lot of people, we can make a lots of different groups, and we listen to them. We listen to the people who are serving coffee until the CEO. We listen to them because everyone has something to share, something valuable to share. And what we are experiencing is that mostly people who don't have the opportunity to speak, people who are not given the voice inside the companies, are people who are expressing, sometimes people who are expressing the most in the better way, in the most amazing and unexpected way, the values of that. So sometimes people don't have enough space to speak, or to inside the company. I say they don't have enough space to speak and to show the way they think. And when we enter the company and we provoke that kind of dialogue, that kind of conversation, what we see is that we get surprise, and also the leaders get surprised. The CEO, the CMO, or the other directors or people there are in even the HR, they are often they're surprised by what I'm listening, what. And when we enter, the curious part is when we enter and we propose that we make that a kind of discussion groups, they say, so is that really necessary? So to do a branding platform, you need to listen to everyone. So what? Uh, yes, we do, because we want people to feel integrated. When we want people to feel the belonging about that company, feel they belong to that company, because that's what every human being is searching for, to belong somewhere, to be a part of something. And when they have the opportunity to be listened to, they it makes a very big shift inside that. And what we experienced is that when we go back after the whole process is done, we go back to the company to show them what they have done, to show them what they have created. Because what I say is that we do nothing. What we do is just translate what they say to us. So my job is to listen, is to feel and perceive things that sometimes are not said, sometimes that are there, and to put that on the paper and show them. So when I come back to show the brand platform, to show the project, the branding project, and I show them, they say, what? I said that. Oh yes, I remember that. You said that? Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, it's very nice because people really feel that they are inside that project that were created. Like that is me. This is me. I had this experience in Angelique that I love to talk because it was a company that I worked with, and the owner of the company before the project said to me, so I have this problem that my employees, they don't recognize the brand, they don't want to use the T-shirt of the brand, the uniform of the brand, and it's a company that has like uh, uh, that goes to clients' houses to make services. So they have to have the clothes, the T-shirt of the brand, the uniform, because it's a form. That's the way they are like recognized by, well, people that they really work there and everything. So um, the owner said to me, I people don't want to dress the uniform because they don't agree with the colors. They don't feel connected. They don't want to. They're not doing that nicely. Okay, so let's do the training. Let's show them the brand that was built, the colors, the forms, the everything that we created, the archetypes of the brand, the purpose of the brand, the whole visual identity project that we built. Nice. They participated. They asked. They were there. One day after the last training, the owner called me again and said, now they are asking to dress the uniform because now they understand and they say, oh, well, I know what's that logo that it's here. I know everything about it, so I feel that. So when you talk about connecting HR to branding, is making people inside the company, like you said, live and feel the brand.
Mhm. Exactly. And it reflects in management styles, HR policies, the way you intentionally build your culture, how you want to take care of people, to what level you want people to care about each other, and all those things are on the plates of HR directors, and also, of course, CEOs, CEOs, and team leads. Um, Maria, before I'm just gonna thank you in a minute. Well, I'm already thanking you, but I'll say goodbye to you in a minute. You are our last guest before we go on a little summer break. I know it's winter here, but I'm still thinking July is summer for me. So we go on a little bit of summer holiday break till mid-August with the lives. We will send in our articles in our weekly newsletter, so people will keep on hearing from us. And I have an announcement because yesterday we launched the Future of Work Summer School, and it is so we talked about that reflection from the sales part. So the feedback that we got from the people directors in our mastermind group is that I really appreciate the way that we in our sessions can make people step back from the day-to-day challenges and everything that's going on, and everything is busy and there's meetings and emails. So we hold that space for people to step back and reflect on what is to come, so they can strengthen their vision, and they can define strategies that will serve them and to help them be better prepared for the future. um, in our sessions, what we also do is strengthen the leadership skills, the future of work leadership skills, because to achieve what we just talked about, but there's many more challenges. We need very strong future of work leaders. Could be a business leader, could be an HR leader, but we need people that stand up, that have the knowledge, that have a plan, skills to say, okay, I think this company needs to change to this this new version. We have to be prepared for what is to come. And we think the summer is a great time to do so, to reflect and step back, because it's either you're on holiday or your colleagues are on holiday, you have more time. So it consists of 3 sessions that we follow the same structure as we do in our mastermind groups. So it's also a great opportunity for people to get a little bit to know the way we work. So the first one is there's a masterclass for 45 minutes, and then we work on an actual future of work challenge with the group. So one of the participants will bring in a challenge that they face, and then everybody will give feedback, and it gives amazing learning. It's really, really valuable. The three topics are increasing your skills as a future of work leader, quick, and Generation Z in the workplace. So those three topics are three sessions. We're starting next Friday, July 15th. The second one is August 12th, and the last one is September 2nd. And people can sign up for all three, or people you can sign up for just one or two for the topics that you want to join. So if you're interested, just send me an email to hello@hellomondayclub.com. It's very simple. And I can send you more information. So that's it for like the practical summer holiday, summer holiday, winter holiday season. What's happening in Hello Monday Club? So thank you so much, Maria. It was really nice to have you here, and I think we should do this again in a few months and deep dive a little bit in another topic to show, as you said, the marriage between HR and branding. Which was very, for us, it feels like Rodrigo blessed us in holy matrimony, having these discussions together. And I hope we inspire other HR peoples to work closer with their marketing, their CMOs, to create better organizations, more human centric, more sustainable, and more better organization, the organization of the future.
Perfect. So first of all, I'd like to thank you for the invitation to be here. It was very nice. It's always very nice to talk to you, and I'd like all as well to give you congratulations about the whole initiative about the summer school. So that's very nice. I hope it will be a very, very nice experience also, and people will join and learn and exchange a lot of knowledge together. So congratulations about that. That's very, very, that's fantastic. And
Thank
so thank you very much for the invitation. Thank you for the people who are there. Thank you, Jackson, Fabi, for the comments. Thank you, everyone. So,
thank you, everybody. Yes.
whenever you want to make that again, I am here.
Okay. Thank you. And thank everybody for watching. Feel free to reach out to Maria or to me with any questions or comments. Also, after watching the replay, we're always available. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye bye.
Bye.